broadly, AR applications are starting to pop up across the value chain, and really every function of the company. Here is a production line of many machines, and we see the operator of the production line using augmented reality to kind of absorb everything, in this case, he needs to know about that production line, and the schedule, and whether anything's going wrong, and the adjustments that need to be made, and it can control this whole production line, without going on a computer, just looking at the production line, and then being guided about what steps need to be taken. And the controls are not tapping screens, but often just having gesture commands or voice commands. So this is a control system for the entire production line that's all augmented reality, not the traditional interface. Here's a very interesting example of logistics and finding the right thing in the warehouse that you want to ship or that you need in your production process. This is the one video we have here. Let me just show it briefly. So in an augmented reality world, this is an operator getting on a lift truck in a factory, and you can see that that lift truck person is looking at the world through the glasses, and the glasses are saying, okay, go there to get your pallet, and then here's what we're looking for. This is what we need to pick up now, and it's in aisle 17, and it's on shelf 3, and just follow the directions. Here's how to get to that aisle the most efficient way. That's where the stuff is. We gotta go in and get this information and use it. So this is a way of dramatically improving the efficiency of the warehouse, the picking of the stock from the warehouse. Automating the warehouse is hugely expensive, but giving the entire warehouse, giving the operator of that lift truck the ability to do a great job in finding things quickly and picking up the right thing and getting it to the right place, that technology has dramatically changed. Here's an example of, you see here a deck connected to a house. Well, it turns out that the house is real, but the deck is completely a model. It's actually a visual representation of the deck. The company called AZEC makes these decks. You can see what a product looks like in the real world on your house. And there are many marketing and sales applications where you can see how a product looks on you, or looks at your house, or how the paint color looks in your room. You can now see all this using the augmented reality interface. And increasingly, we can allow the user to actually fix products. This is a blood analyzing machine, and this guy here you see is a technician. He's not a service technician. He's just the person who operates the machine and does the blood test. And he's using an augmented reality technology here on his tablet to actually fix a problem with the machine. And the augmented reality will help. Okay, here's the problem. Here's what you do. Turn it off. Take out this. Pull out this. Use this to unclog this area that's not working, and then screw this back on, and then turn it back on, and it'll fix the machine, and you don't have to have a service technician even go, because the augmented reality will allow anybody to fix that machine that has basic familiarity with the machine. So think about what that means for training. There's a totally new kind of training that we're going to see, a new kind of education. We used to have to sit in a classroom, and it took a long time to train somebody, because they had to learn all this stuff, and they had to go to classes for weeks and weeks, and practice for a long time to figure out how to do something. And now with AR, you can actually walk through your AR interface. The interface will tell you what to do. And so training goes very, very quickly, and there's some data here that you can look at later. We'll post this presentation for anybody that's interested. AR is going to have a profound impact on strategy. of all these AR opportunities to add value, which ones do we pursue first? That's a big choice now that many companies are just having to make for the first time ever. How do we really differentiate our products in the world of AR, where the traditional differentiation is very limited, and we have all these new ways of differentiating in terms of information and simple control and interfaces that we can create? How do we take advantage of productivity effectiveness of that guy driving the lift truck in the warehouse can be much more efficient than they are than he or she can just doing it the old way, where they're looking at a piece of paper and trying to figure out where to go and making sure they're picking out the right thing. There's also the issue of deploying AR. It takes some complicated skills. We didn't talk about that. And the question is, how much do we need to invest internally to actually learn how to do this ourselves versus outsource? And then finally, and this is a very, very sort of speculative point, but I think a very important point, is we believe that actually the World Wide Web, which is designed around pages on digital screens, is rapidly becoming obsolete. It made a lot of sense, 20 years ago to do it this way for a variety of technical reasons, but what we think we're going to be moving towards is a 3D web, not a 2D web. And the 3D web is going to incorporate a lot of the concepts and technology of augmented reality, and we're going to communicate very differently. We're not just going to have websites that operate in the traditional way. We're going to have websites that actually provide the bridge between to the real world, which flat screens don't provide. The very exciting thing about all of this is actually what it means for humans. And traditionally, there are machine advantages that we all know. Machines are powerful, consistent, and so forth. What I think most people don't understand is just how powerful humans are. We are. And on the right-hand side here, you see the things that humans can do that are really unique. Our sight. I mean, the ability to be able to look at a room and figure out all kinds of things instantaneously about that room. Who's there? Where's the exit? Et cetera, et cetera. It just instantaneously absorb all this information at lightning speed, almost instantaneously. Only humans can do that. Humans are flexible. We don't have to be programmed. We can when we see a situation or we get some input, then we can be flexible. Everything that we do doesn't have to be programmed, so that using analytics, we're kind of told what to do. We're creative. We can think outside the box. We can connect the dots and show the connections. We understand, it's there. I see this person coming from the right, and this person's coming from the left. Gee, that's going to cause this, and I can do something about that. So again, humans have a lot of capabilities that we traditionally have been able to take advantage of in the real world, physical world. But now we've created a giant block between humans and all this new technology that we now have in the machines and the data. And as we have smart connected products and all their wonderful capabilities, the machines have gone on steroids. The machines have all these important capabilities and all this data that's so interesting and so powerful, and all the analytics and artificial intelligence, and these machines do all this stuff. But the question is, what about the humans? Because to access all this capability in the smart connected world, the humans have a tremendous barrier in terms of how this capability is actually connected and made available to humans through the interface. But the great optimistic future that we see is that as augmented reality emerges, it becomes the great equalizer.